Her son, Hunter Biden, appears to be in the midst of a new media tour. Oh, darn, I thought we were going to say meltdown storm fueled by whatever drug it's on. No, we didn't. He was silent for quite a while, as you know, but now Hunter Biden is out with 2 new wide-ranging interviews, and he has not been shy about dropping F-bombs and talking about his father's exit from the 2024 presidential race. Hunter says he thinks Democrats all were stabbing Joe Biden in the back politically, and that's the reason why Trump won a second term. Here it is.
I will tell you why we lost the last election. We lost the last election because we did not remain loyal to the leader of the party. That's my position. We had the advantage of incumbency. We had the advantage of an incredibly successful administration. And the Democratic Party literally melted down. Yeah. And or portions of it. Looking forward, what I think that we have to do is we have to recognize that we accomplished amazing things in those 2 years and 4 years of the last administration.
Wow. We managed to find some clean bites. Trust me, it wasn't easy. Why is Hunter only now deciding to go in front of the cameras? What's your take, Nicole?
I think he's trying to stay relevant. I mean, he's been pretty off the radar recently, but I think he's definitely trying to stay relevant. But if I was in his shoes, I would probably take the pardon from my father, and I would probably ride off into the sunset, because I think he's very lucky that he is not sitting in jail right now. And as we know, Jim Jordan recently released the transcript of Special Counsel David Weiss, his closed-door testimony, and it revealed that, quote, they struggled to get DOJ support when seeking lawyers for prosecution. And having worked at the FBI and worked with DOJ, that doesn't shock me at all, because they really did go after those on one side of the political spectrum very hard, and then they turned a blind eye to others, and he definitely got the blind eye. He got his pardon, and if I were him, I would just ride off into the sunset.
Well, he already had a sweetheart deal and all the rest. I mean, he was set up. But why come out now?
You know, he's 55 years old. What's he going to do with the next 20 years? That's probably on his mind. I'm debating, when I watch this, is he setting himself up to go into new media, podcast, maybe streaming, something where he's a voice that represents the angry Democratic platform that he is. I think clearly that's the position he's putting forward. That's one side. On the other side, which I think he has to try and balance, he's trashing his family brand a little bit here. I mean, you know, whether you like Biden or you don't, and I understand the last few years of his mandate it had big issues that were not addressed in that interview. But you got to remember, he was a lawmaker for decades, and a respected one, even if you didn't believe in his policies. But this is, in my view, if this was my son, I'd take him behind the barn with a stick and I'd beat him.
Wow. So you've seen the cussing once.
You just don't do. The family brand is being trashed. That's my view, and I think that's a horrible way to end it for the original Biden.
Wow. Yeah, a son who would do that to you. But for his own benefit, there has been some talk maybe he would run for politics at this point?
No. I think he's probably strapped for cash. His art's no longer selling now that his access to power
his art
is over. And Kevin, I respectfully disagree that the Biden family's name is trash. It's garbage. The Biden family engaged in one of the greatest political grifts in American history. You have your son do business dealings with countries like China, Russia, Ukraine. Biden greased the wheels with over 20 calls on the speakerphone during these business meetings, dinners at Cafe Milano, flying your son on Air Force Two. And then you stifle the investigation via the Department of Justice into your son, and then you give your son a blanket pardon going back to his beginnings with Burisma Holdings. So, one of the greatest grifts in American history. Unfortunately, we are the ones who are disadvantaged as a result of it. So I think they did harm to their own family brand.
You asked why would he do this interview. I think that the family sat around, and it would be either Dr. Joe Biden or it would be Hunter that would speak. And I think they said, we need to save your father, my husband's legacy, because we do want to protect the brand and the family name. Let's think of why would he have acted that way on the debate stage? Oh, he took Ambien.
That's right.
A year later, they're saying Ambien. If that were the case,
Why wouldn't they say it right after the debate to try to save his reputation? But a year later, they're trying to change the narrative, and I don't believe it. But I talked to someone who used to work with the family, and this person said Annie Tomasini and Anthony Bernal, they would have been the one planning his trip. They would have been the one aware that he took Ambien. They might have actually physically given it to him, and we pay their salaries. Both are on a government payroll. The official office of the former president is taxpayer funded.
You just invented a new category of drug. Debate drugs. What are the good drugs?
Do you think
That would make it more
because
interesting.
maybe somebody might have believed that, right? I mean, he was exhausted. He knew that June 27th last year was something critical for him. But to wait all this time, now no one will believe that. And look, I'm glad we played the clean ones, but each of these interviews was hours long. One of them was 3 hours long. I mean, it was a lot of bleeping, but we cleaned it up. Outnumbered in just a moment.